let's get to it. So today we're going to be talking about Miami Made. And this is another song that I had a lot of fun making because I spoke about my childhood and how being from Miami made me. But mainly my childhood, my grandparents, my grandma in specific. So let's get right to it. So I start the song by saying these cars ain't free. Had to stumble a couple of times just to know me. So the lessons and experience that I have gone through, they weren't free, nor cheap, nor nothing. I've been through it. And I had to consistently pick myself up and dust my shoulders off and just keep going no matter how hard I hit rock bottom. No matter how low I was, I've always had to pick myself back up. So then I continue by saying, venom in my slang, sugar in my walk. I dance with demons and make them talk. Petite frame with the killer face. I pull puppet strings and have my way. Feisty attitude, don't let it fool you. Basically, I'm a woman, and one thing about us women, we know how to get our ways and we know how to use our looks. And sometimes we don't even have to use our looks. We could just use our charm and get away with everything just because we know how to sway people and we know how to convince people and manipulate the situation. So this is where I say I have a feisty attitude. Don't let my looks fool you. So then I continue by saying, I say it in Spanish, but I'll just say it in English in case those of you that don't understand. I give a mix of green and red. And now I got you on your knees saying, oh no. So this is referring to the colors of the two different deities that I would use. Whenever somebody would cross me, if you just did something foul, where it was just like, what? I would just use those two powerful deities. Those that know. But I would use those powerful deities. There's a bug here. Ugh. I would use those two powerful deities and basically karma is not nice. So then, in the hook, I'm just basically saying I'm the girl from 305. In other words, I'm from Miami. I break the rules and I don't follow the norm, nor do I care to. Even now that I'm a lot older, I really don't care to follow the rules. I always break them. Just a habit of mine. Then I go into verse 2 and I say, back in the 2x2 and when my dreams had teeth, I learned to flip fear, rope bars with heat. So I grew up in a 2-bedroom condo overseeing the lake, and I even mentioned the name of the condo where I was raised. Then I turned silence to songs again and again. I ain't from struggle, but I seen some pain in the quiet of the night and the hush of the rain. So I was not raised in poverty. I never claimed to be. I was not raised with like in the slums or any like pork and beans. Like I was not raised bad. Like I remember my childhood crystal clear, constant vacations, always in different cities, always in different like just states and places. I remember seeing snow. I think I was like 6 or 7, maybe even younger. I'm not 100% sure, but I've seen snow multiple times in my life. So I just had a great childhood. So I never claimed to be from struggle or from the slums or broke or anything because I just didn't come from that. But I've seen, even though I'm not from the struggle, I've seen some pain. This bug is like irritating me. I don't know. I do not like bugs. But anyways, so as a child, I've seen some things that have happened to others. So at a young age, I was able to learn from other people's mistakes. Even though I had to go through my own struggles and my own situations, it helped that as a kid, I was able to see the world around me, observe and absorb all the things that were going on and learn from it. So now as an adult, yes, I still go through my struggles and I still go through just, you know, adult things. There's certain things that I've been able to avoid just because I have the wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding from when I was a kid. And a lot of this I talk about in my writings. So in my writings, from my books, the songs, even me talking like this, you never really know if I'm talking about myself, if I'm talking about my parents, if I'm talking about things my grandparents went through, or if I'm even talking about things that friends I used to have, best friends I used to have, went through. You don't know because I enjoy storytelling and I enjoy just making up things in my mind, like fiction, that I use real life scenarios and I just change the name of the characters and the settings, and you just don't know. You just know that I've either gone through it or I've seen somebody go through the things that I'm talking about. So then the hook repeats again, then we go into verse 3, and I talk about how my roots are from the South, since I'm from the bottom of the map where people speak nothing but Spanish. And this is something I always laugh about because a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm from the South, I'm from the South," but you're 2 states north from me. You're 1 state over. How are you from the South? Let's look at the map. The only South you get from me is the Keys. So this is something I always laugh about because I tell people, oh, I'm from the South, which if we get technical with it and you look at the map, I am from the South. I'm at the bottom of the map of the US. So it's just something I always laugh about. And this is a place where you better know some Spanish or have some Duolingo or Google Translate with you because that's all people speak is Spanish. So again, my story ain't broke, it's blessed and clean, it's books, late nights, and a vision unseen. I do enjoy reading. I really do. You don't need a wound to write what's true. You just need a voice, and I brought mine through. So again, I mentioned I'm not from struggle, but that doesn't mean that I don't have a story to tell. Even in my blessings, there's still things that I've gone through and that I'm going through, which I can't wait to share the other side of you guys, the other side with you guys. But, anyways, let's focus. And I see things along the way. So I mentioned how I brought my voice through because that's really all you need. And I know there's some people that's like, well, I don't have anything to talk about. I don't know what to talk about. I really haven't gone through much. And it's just like, just speak. Just say what you have gone through because there's probably somebody out there that wants to know what you've been through or are going through that's going to help them, your testimony. You don't know. So don't let anybody silence you. And then again, the song ends with the hook repeating. And yeah, just this song is about me being from Miami and kind of saying how I'm not from the struggle, but that doesn't mean nothing. And I enjoy my city. I love my city. So I'm glad you watched this. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Let me know what next song you want me to talk about.